prima donna girl. Yeah, all I ever wanted was the world. I can't help that I need it all. The prima donna life, the rise and fall.
Another sublime example of women who claim to be about equality and anti-domestic violence advocacy, blatantly demonstrating the exact opposite of what they claim to be about. The amount of excuses that these women online are pulling to either try to make her out to be the victim and the actual victim to be the bad guy, or just blatantly minimizing and disregarding her abusive behavior and trying to make excuses or actually try to push like this narrative that it was reactive abuse and that he was somehow abusing her before the recordings, even though she's already has another open case prior to this incident. So this is her second case of domestic violence. It's just honestly telling at this point where we are in a society where male victims will never be truly acknowledged in the same way that female victims will, because they can't. Those women defending her are actively trying to push this paradoxical status quo where women are simultaneously oppressed and both empowered at the same time. And it's just collapsing. It's even gone so bad that they're actively defending women who harm children in the process. And even just like the excuses and the things that they're saying, they would never do that if it was a man in that situation doing the exact same thing. Like, they brought up the fact that she was drunk, and in the first incident, like 3 years ago, because she has a case 3 years ago, she was also drunk. So she has a pattern of being a violent alcoholic. And yet the people, the ABC people who were managing like The Bachelorette and all that, they still allowed her to be on the show. They were going to create another season of The Bachelorette where they have these 22 guys fight for a woman that has multiple baby daddies, multiple domestic violence cases open on her. Like, they wanted to do that. They wanted to pit them with an abuser for entertainment. And I most certainly, absolutely blame feminism, modern day feminism, for this phenomenon of constantly pushing this narrative that women are always victims and that can never do harm. They rarely, if ever, try to push the idea or try to actually educate people on the ways that women can also be dangerous, harmful, violent, psychopathic, and just blatantly a danger to society. They will never do that because it just undermines their this fundamental belief that they have, which is ironically rooted in patriarchy, that women are inherently less dangerous, less malevolent, less capable of harm. They cling on to these patriarchal belief systems that benefit them in order to continue maintaining that status quo of power, while simultaneously try to push this idea of victimhood and oppression, even though there's the blatant proof that contradicts this narrative is right in front of their face. This blatantly contributes to why many male victims of female perpetrated abuse, they will never come forward. And these are the same type of women that complain about female victims that don't feel safe coming forward, and which is a valid concern. But they don't actually care about doing what's right and advocating for actual victims. They just want to maintain the status quo of women always being victims while simultaneously getting away with being abusers. They don't want equality, and I'd argue out to say that they never wanted equality in the first place. They just want more power, they want more benefits, and they want more privileges. That's all it ever was. And when it comes to the non-feminist type women who are also supporting it, it's just a matter of like, they want to support their fave celebrities, no matter what they do. And this also just not just women celebrities, also They'll do the same thing with male celebrities that they like. They'll actively defend and excuse their horrible behavior, especially when they treat women terribly as well. Chris Brown being one of the number one examples here. Like, many of their female fans will continuously support him and his music and all that stuff, and him completely either disregarding or making excuses for how he treats the people around him. Like, no integrity, no respect for others, no self-respect. It's like,